I think.
Next is Mr. Castro.
Castro.
Yes.
Mr. Castro, you are ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. Let us wait for 1 minute.
Yes,
If
sir.
we can reconnect.
Yes, yes, yes.
If we can reconnect. Let me send a message. Hello, Professor Moni. No. We have not removed. You can please rejoin. We are waiting for you only. He says it is showing that I have been removed. I said no. I think some technical. He's rejoining.
I stopped his time, so he can just go on and have his.
I think he has some time left for his presentation.
Yeah. He has plenty of time left.
Okay. Hello, Lori. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Funny.
Angelica, I have received your appraisal sheet, very nicely prepared.
Thank you.
Yeah, in colorful way. Yes.
Always.
Yes, always. Yes. That will help us in proper assessment. Angelica has prepared a very nice performance appraisal sheet with all templates and pointers.
Yes.
So, Professor, or we can give him another. If he is able to join, we can ask him to. Hello. Hello. I think we can George, should we start with next, and we will ask him again if he joins.
Yes, we can do.
Yeah, we can give him time later.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hold on just a moment. Let me write down his. Okay.
We'll not evaluate him right now, and we will wait for his second round of presentation if he is able to reconnect. Correct?
Yes, he has another 12 minutes or 11 minutes.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, Mr. Castro, are you ready to?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
So I welcome you.
I think Castro is the youngest participant out of this batch. So we must appreciate his age.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I am very much happy to present today. And I thank my mentor, Professor Dr. M.K. Bandari, sir, and Professor Dr. H.C. George Mall, sir, and Angelica, ma'am, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to learn this course. And I want to thank all the other course mates and all our senior academicians, such expert people. I'm very much happy to share this platform with such eminent people inside the meeting room. For the past 2 months, it was a great exposure for me, a lot of learning, a lot of input, a lot of insightful experience I had. I thank you all for that. So today I have decided to present on a topic, the blockchain in banking sector. So why I opted for this topic is, in our university, Tamil Nadu, Dr. Ambedkar Law University in Chennai, in the year of 2019 March, Professor Dr. Bandari sir's IELTS and my university, we organized a blockchain national seminar. In that itself, I worked on a research paper relating to banking and blockchain. And that paper was a wonderful paper. At the time they appreciated that work. So that's the reason I want to present the same paper in this event also. Because that time I was very much exposed into the banking, because I'm a commerce student, BCom and LLB honors. But I was not aware of blockchain. But for that paper, I researched on blockchain to my level. Handful of research what I have done. You all have done great researches, but I have done a handful of research for the blockchain and I have prepared the paper. So that's the reason I now from the outcome of this course, I have learned a lot about blockchain. That is also a handful, but I need to learn a lot. I'll be with the guidance of all, I'll be learning even more. Now with the learning what I got from this course, I have applied it through that research paper. Now I got more ideas adding to that research paper. That's the reason I want to share all those views in this presentation. So blockchain in banking. So main areas which I have given importance in this presentation is that the blockchain, when it is applied in the banking sector, it avoids intermediaries and then middleman. And then it is helping in time management, the speedy transaction of each and every transaction in banking system. And then it ensures efficiency and transparency and security in the banking system. So I'll be listing out importantly some points, how it is being a game changer, how the blockchain technology is going to be the game changer in the banking system. And I'll be listing out some important advantages which I have traced out and I have made as an output in my presentation. So main areas is the faster payments, and then the clearance and settlement of systems, clearance and settlement systems, it is giving a good impact. And then buying and selling of assets, and then fundraising, and then the credits and loans, and then trade finance, and the digital identity verification, which we are verifying the user of the bank services, the customers, through a digital identity verification. And then the accounting and auditing of the banking, it is giving a good impact into that. And hedge funds, and then peer-to-peer transfers. So these are the areas the banking sector, the blockchain is giving its good impact. So that's the reason these are the main areas. Many more areas are there, but I have listed out, for my study, I have listed out 10 areas in which the blockchain is giving good impact on the banking sector. And I will be coming to the advantages at the end of my presentation. So now I will go ahead with one each and every impact what it is creating in the banking sector. So when we discuss about the blockchain technology, it is an open and distributed ledger which records the transactions between two parties efficiently and permanently. A blockchain consists of individual blocks of data which involves a series of related transactions, so linked together in a specific order. When I read accounts, I know about ledger and then the way of transaction. I have read about all those concepts in my accounts when I was doing my CS company secretary course, and then when I was doing my BCom LLB honors. But when we discuss about the blockchain itself is a distributed ledger that records transactions between two parties efficiently. These words I have to highlight here. So all the involved parties can share a digital ledger across a computer network without needing a centralized authority or intermediary. So in this way, the blockchain, when it is applied in banking, it will be avoiding the intermediaries and then it will be avoiding a middleman. So blockchain will be taking care of the entire banking system. That's why the transaction through blockchain is faster and it's very speedy, and there's a time management and there is a good time manageable transactions, immediate transactions taking place when it is applied inside the banking system. So the speed is just one of the many potential benefits blockchain brings to banking. Not only about greater efficiency, but also new level of transparency and security will be maintained in the banking sector when we are applying the blockchain technology. So that's the reason I mentioned a word. It's a game changer. It's a game changer if it is applied in the banking sector. So now I will come to my first point: 10 essential ways how the blockchain is used in the banking area. So the faster payments, by establishing a decentralized channel for payments. For the use emerging technologies, facilitate faster payments. When we are using this blockchain technology, the bank service fees, the bank service, charges will be reduced, and the service also will be very, very efficient, very, very speed. So that's the reason I prefer the blockchain will be a good kind of an application, and it will give a good benefit inside the banking sector. And it also offers a higher security and then lower cost of sending payments, and then introduce new level of service into the banking sector. And then it will also help the banking sector. In the upcoming days, Because right now I'm very clear that the COVID-19 has pushed us all into the technology platform, and I am inside the technology platform and I'm learning a technology. So in such a way, the banking sector in upcoming days, they have to adopt more technology in order to avoid the frauds, better service, transparency, security, and everything in order to ensure these things. Even in the upcoming days, the fintech startups, the financial technology startups, in order to compete with them, they have to adopt more and more technology. So that kind of a technology, when they are adopting, they must give more importance to the blockchain. That is very, very important. So that's the reason I suggest this here. And then even the European Payment Council members believe that they have also suggested this point. Blockchain would change the industry fundamentally by 2025. In the next 5 years, it will be giving a more impact on the banking sector. According to the European Payment Council members, 90% of the European Payment Council members, they suggested blockchain will be a game changer in the banking sector. And it will also accelerate processing times and then traditional bank transfers, because in traditional bank transfers, the processing time is taking too much. For example, when we discuss about this peer-to-peer transfers, when I am transferring money from India to another country, so there are a lot of process, there are a lot of time it's spent on that, and then there are a lot of paper processes, because first of all, the paper processes have to be avoided in the banking sector. So now we are going for e-filing and everything. But when it comes to blockchain, blockchain will help us in this way, that in the digitalization of banking. So clearance and settlement of payments. The distributed ledger technology could enable bank transaction. For example, we have this Society for Worldwide Internal Bank Financial Communication, SHIFT. Though SHIFT will be scrutinizing everything, the simple bank transfers need to bypass complicated system of intermediaries. For example, like SHIFT. And then centralized SHIFT protocol process only for the payment orders. It only takes for the payment orders, but the actual money is processed through system of intermediaries. The SHIFT will take care of the payment orders, but the process of transacting the money, the clearance of settlement systems takes place by the intermediaries. But when it comes to blockchain, the blockchain will take care of that. So decentralized ledger of transactions keep track of all the transactions publicly and transparently, and bank need not want to rely upon any network of custodial services or regulatory bodies like SHIFT in transacting. So in such a way, blockchain will be replacing that in the clearance and then the settlement systems. And buying and selling of assets. So in the buying and selling of assets like stocks, commodities, debts, and keeping track of who owns the financial markets and complex network exchanges, brokers, and then clearing houses, central security depositories, and then custodian banks, everything is handled by intermediaries. When it comes to blockchain, blockchain will be avoiding the middleman, and then blockchain lowers the asset exchange fees and reduces the instability in the traditional securities market. This is one point. And then another thing, the fundraising. Nowadays, the venture capital raising is very, very complicated process, and entrepreneurs conduct a lot of meetings, and partners follow long negotiations in the process, and valuation and equity. And the blockchain companies accelerating process by raising funds by several alternatives. So blockchain can be adopted in that also. So credits and loans. When we come to India, the bank frauds are rising like the bad debts coming to the bank. The bad debts coming to the bank is really, it is very, very, the bad debts for the Indian banks are rising like anything, rising like a mountain. So the credit reporting in India, we are maintaining credit reporting for each and every transaction when it comes to credits and loans. But when it comes to blockchain, the blockchain will be helping future to peer-to-peer loans, and then foster more secure loan processes in general, and complex program loans that can be approximate syndicated loan structure or mortgage. And banks will be processing application for the loans. That is a very big process, and sanctioning the loans, that is a very big process. So the blockchain can be maintaining the credit reporting, and then credits, and then the loans that can also be maintained by blockchain. So next, trade finance. So the trade finance refers to the financial activities related to the international and trade and commerce. So this international trade and commerce finance, the trade finance, always it is relying on the paperwork, invoices, and letter of credit. And when I was discussing about this bank frauds, even the Punjab National Bank fraud by Nirav Modi, and then it was happened by letter of undertaking, and all the documentation process. Because even in the Punjab National Bank issue, you have to note one thing very clear. The bank employees itself, bank employees, they involved in the fraud. They helped the Nirav Modi to do such a very big fraud, which has shocked the entire nation. So these kind of things, when we are relaying, there was no whistleblowers for the issue, and then the bank employees, they themselves, they contributed for this fraud. So when we apply this blockchain will take care of this, and then it will ensure that security and transparency is upheld in those kind of frauds, and then we can ensure there is a security and safety for the banking system. So not only this, Nirav Modi issue, Vijay Mallya, etc. Many things are happening, bank frauds. So all these bank frauds are telling the bank system is not secure, and even lot of bad debts in the Indian bank. It all can be accountable. All can be held accountable, and the safety and security can be ensured by applying the blockchain technology. This is my view on this. And then the documentation and then the paper process, these kind of works in the upcoming days. Even when we are talking in India about the digitalization of judiciary, why can't we digitalize the banking system? That is very, very important. So the digital identity verification. So when we discuss about this digital identity verification, one side we have to discuss about the privacy, right to privacy issue. That is different. So I will discuss about the digital identity verification. So when we discuss about this KYC, know your customer, and then when we are discussing about the identification process, what we are doing for the each and every login ID and then password, and then each and every service provider, we have to when we are accessing towards our account, and when we are accessing towards our net banking, internet banking, whatever it might be. When we are doing that, we have to go through long process. For example, that login ID, password, and all these identification process, digital verification or identification process. In that also we can apply blockchain, because when we accelerated verification process, blockchain, consumers and companies will benefit from the accelerated verification process. Blockchain will make it possible to reuse identity verification for other services securely. So the most popular innovation in this area is, I read about this, the zero knowledge proof. So several countries and large corporations now working on this solution based zero knowledge proof, ZKP. So this also can be considered. So blockchain can be applied in the digital identity verification also, so that we can, when we apply all our identity in the blockchain, so you do not want to go for each and every process of verification to different service providers. This is one thing. And accounting and auditing. So accounting and auditing is a very big process. The double entry bookkeeping, and then instead of maintaining separate records for each and every transaction in this. So blockchain will be taking care of when we are planning to digitalize the accounting and auditing. It cannot happen without blockchain. This is my view. So we can apply the blockchain in accounting and auditing. And hedge fund. When we discuss about this hedge fund is like a type of investment partnership which will be managed by a fund manager. So it's a types of investment partnership which will be managed by a fund manager, and there will be a group of investors into that, and that group of investors will be having a limited partnership over there. So when we discuss about this, the autonomous next, the number of hedge funds trading cryptocurrencies doubled between 2017 October to February 2018. This report also have to be highlighted here, because a lot of hedge fund transactions is happening through cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So when we discuss about this, the decentralized hedge fund, crypto hedge fund provides an open platform that allows investors and strategists to participate. The traditional hedge fund controlled by a fund manager, because fund manager is a middleman, he is an intermediary. So instead of giving to some third person, the blockchain itself can handle them. So the blockchain itself can handle such a decentralization. Is an excellent example for the potential of a blockchain and financial service industry. That is one of my view. In the hedge fund also we can apply blockchain. And peer-to-peer transfers, as I told, peer-to-peer transfers allows customers to transfer funds from one bank account or credit cards to another person online. So in that also we can use the blockchain. This is my view. And now I'll come to the advantages of the blockchain. So the advantage of blockchain is a method of verification and tracking transactions. Point number one of advantages is decentralized trust. So without the need of any third party, without the need of any central bank, the blockchain will take care of that. And then there is no intermediaries, there is no third party, there is no any kind of anybody's interference into that, and controlled by a central authority. That is very, very important. And blockchain produces a shared infrastructure by distributing control among all the peers in the transaction chain. So reduces or even eliminate the counterparty risk. So that's the reason I'm suggesting blockchain to the banking sector. Transaction will be implemented as per the protocol, eliminating the need of the trusted third party. There is no need of third party, there is no need of middleman, there is no need of intermediary. So blockchain itself can take care and it will ensure there is a decentralized trust. So enhance security. Once data is recorded in block, so it can be altered retroactively. Since it is shared among large number of users, it is difficult to shut down or hack. Can be viewed by anyone using the system. Transparency, the decentralized nature of networks ensures the blockchain does not have a central point of failure. There is no failure, and then withstand attacks more effectively. That's the reason I'm suggesting blockchain for banking system. An exchange of transaction value in blockchain involves use of unique digital signatures and public as well as private decryption codes. So this is one point, and strict cryptographic rules also will be framed when we are applying the blockchain into banking sector, and reduces the risk of fraud and the decreased cost. When we go to this banking services, whatever the services related to finance, there is a lot of service charges and then etc. charges are levied. So when we apply this blockchain technology, when we are giving a good service, when we are a good service provider with the minimum cost, it will also enhance the quality of the service what we are providing to the customers. So that can be ensured. And increased efficiency. It will be providing efficiency to the customers and to the sector in which it is applied. And then, to be frank, the short output of all my studies, when we apply this blockchain into the banking sector, it will be helpful in ensuring security, transparency, time management, speed transactions. At the same time, it will also provide a wonderful and very speed service and then qualitative service to the customers. These are the main things, and then it will also ensure there is no intermediary or middleman. So there will be a central authority which will be blockchain, which will be taking care of the entire system. So this is the output which I have learned, and then I have disseminated from this study what I have made on this blockchain and banking BB. So now I am very happy to conclude my presentation. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. I have had a great exposure. Whatever I learned was a handful, but in the upcoming days also, with all your mentorship, with all your guidance, I'll be learning even more. And a special mention, I want to thank Ajay sir, because Ajay sir, always he will give a lot of inputs. I have learned a lot. I have put a lot of notes. His views itself, I have put a lot of notes. So thank you so much, sir. And then I thank all Sharda ma'am, and then Professor Moni sir, Sheikh sir, and then Dia ma'am, and everybody, Chandrika ma'am. And I have got a lot of great friends and great guides through this program. I thank for this wonderful opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, great. Thank you for your presentation, and it was very insightful. So I have a question for you. So that's maybe a challenge, but I really want to know your opinion about that. So you described the blockchain technology, and as we know, we have heard about the smart contracts and blockchain technology. And so banking is defined on rules. So there is no, I think banking is a very easy way to rule, because there is an input and output, and we only have to check whether the input and output is directly a good value or a bad value, I will say. So whether that we can check in smart contracts if this deal is a good one or bad one, and we can reject the deal by a smart contract. That means if you do a transaction which is not allowed by the law, we only need to set up some smart contracts, and then the smart contracts will be an application for the government, and the government is saying, okay, these transactions allowed, these kind of transactions not allowed, and these we have to send to another smart contract, another destination to recheck if we can allow or not. That means by way we can create a decentralized or anonymous authorization system without having the participation to validate by ID or something like that, because we're just looking at the accounts and we just block accounts, reject accounts, and sending funds back. So do you think in a world, I would say 15 years from now, is there really necessary for banks if we can do this all electronical?
Sir, my view on this is when we are going towards the new century, new progress, new development, always new changes are also required. So that's the reason I connected banking and blockchain. Because banking, I see banking, the Reserve Bank of India, and then all the banking system as the soul of the economy. So they have a direct impact on the Indian economy. So when the India is planning for 5 trillion economy or 10 trillion economy, so we also have to give more importance to technology in the area. So in the days to come, the law changes, everything has to be done in order to even the regulatory aspects. It has to be done so that we can make the new changes for the new development, new changes for the new century. That is the main idea of taking this topic.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Castro, for making a good presentation. But don't try to answer George's question. His questions can be answered by him only. So anyway, on the lighter side, just to make the atmosphere little easy and interesting. So yes, Angelica, we are inviting Professor Moni again.
Yes,
Yes.
Professor Moni.
Thank you.
Please go on with your presentation. You have a lot of time left.
Technical things will happen. We cannot control. No, it's happened. Okay. So already in the discussion we have seen. Shall I start?
Yeah.
Can I start? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So as we have already seen that both Government of India and the Reserve Bank has confirmed now in 2020 after the issue in 2018 where they went to Supreme Court for banning the cryptocurrency. In 2020, this has been won by the exchanges, crypto exchanges, that India has allowed this cryptocurrency, I mean, bitcoins. They are legal in India. It's not illegal now. So India has no dedicated law or regulation, that is true, for its use, operation, and other technology of DLT. However, there has been also a bill which is pending, as we know, which is cryptocurrency, banning of cryptocurrency and regulation of official digital bill 2019. But it has not been passed. So far as it is not been done, we are free to deal with the foreign, I mean, bitcoins and currencies. So we have seen the areas where regulations can be brought. It includes currency regulations, sales regulations, taxation. We have seen all these aspects. Money transmission laws and anti-laundering acts, promotion and testing. That is what is required. We require laws for promotion and testing of the bitcoins and this blockchain technology. Ownership and licensing procedures should be there. Mining should be there. Mining permissions and whatever it is as required should be allowed. And border restrictions and declarations should be also